The feckin' kids today, huh? No work ethic and no accountability. And oh my God, where did all that fluff come from? And that is exactly what we're going to see here right now. This young lady owes some money to the court or whatever and is looking for every excuse not to go out and get a job. All woe is me. Gets right cheeky with the judge. Proper cheeky. Enough cheek for another arse, as I like to say. Lads and lassies, before we get stuck into it, let me know in the comment section down below. How did you realize this video was here? Did it come up in your home feed? Did you get notified? Just trying to figure all that out right now. It's a bit all over the shop. So, yeah, let's get stuck straight in. This is over in Boulder, Colorado.
So I do have a note in here that you must have called the court last week.
Yes.
Oh, the sound is a bit out of sync.
And I don't see that you made a payment. So you are on the tow list, unless I'm missing something.
Oh, last Friday, I couldn't make the court. I had planned to, but I had a final at school. And every time 1 o'clock is when I get back to school from lunch. So it was kind of tricky for me that day. I had planned on making a payment, and then I had called, I believe it was Tuesday or maybe Wednesday, and talked to someone about asking for an extension because I wasn't able to make it last week.
Oh, I'm still
so
sorry.
You don't have to come to court to make the payment. You can make you can call the court and make a payment over the phone.
Yeah, so the sound is slightly off, but
I understand. You guys are just closed on Wednesdays, and I have school from Monday through Friday.
We're not closed on Wednesdays.
I mean, on the weekends. Sorry.
Right. But I mean, you aren't in class from 7:30 to 4:30 nonstop every day. Are you?
I am. I have school from 8 to 5.
Right. I understand you're at school, but you're not literally in class nonstop 7:30 to 4:30.
I have one hour break, but yes.
Okay. And you can call the court during that 1 hour break. Also, I recall you telling me some time ago you had like Tuesdays off or something.
No, it is distance learning, but we still have to be on school, signed in, almost like Teams, for a full 8 hours that day. And in regards to not being able to make a payment, like I've told you before, I still have not been able to find a job.
Like I told you before.
Applying almost every weekend for the past 4 weeks since I spoke to you the first time. And
yeah, and I'm not sure what kind of jobs you're applying for, but there are jobs out there to be had for certain, especially this time of year. And then last time when you made a payment, you were doing some babysitting and whatnot. I mean, there's people looking for dog walkers. There's people looking, there's plenty of things that you can do. So, we're basically in the same boat we were in last time. I need to see you working down this amount. I mean, what you are essentially suggesting is that as long as you're in school, you should have an indefinite, time where you don't have to pay. And
no, not at all. I think just under the circumstances and how I came to these tickets from it being from 2023 and just now getting a notice, it has been quite a ride, understanding that I never got a notice before this. Even a few went to collections. I still did never receive a notice. I paid for each of the parking tickets and was overtime. I understand. I take full responsibility for that. But in this situation that I am currently in right now, not having a job, not being able to go out and search a job during normal business hours, it is making it very difficult.
There's Uber, there's Uber Eats, there's all kinds of different things.
I do not have money to spend on gas. I drive to Denver back and forth every single day.
She's a right smug little shit, isn't she? I'm getting a spam call. Yeah, no, fuck off. How about that? Gosh, she's a smug little fucker, isn't she?
5 days a week. It is very difficult.
I hear you, but it is other people manage it. I hear you. You keep telling me you can't find a job, and
I've walked into 3 of the grocery stores in this town and handed them a paper resume. I cannot get a call back. I've applied to gas stations, ma'am, and I still have not gotten calls back. Don't understand. I've been to almost every restaurant on Pearl Street walking in. I cannot find a job. I understand that there are.
I was saying, maybe it's because she's an arsehole. Oh my God, I can't believe I muted.
Ways, but I do not have the time to go out of my way, try to find a babysitting job for someone who does need help watching a children during normal business days when people go to work.
No, I understand that, but I wasn't asking you to be somebody's nanny. You know, people go out on Friday night or Saturday night or what have you.
I get back to Boulder at 7 o'clock at night with traffic.
But essentially what you're saying is, as long as I'm in school, I shouldn't have to make a payment.
Still have
because you're saying you don't have, let me finish. Because you're saying I don't have time.
The eye roll. Oof. Ooh. Tell you one thing, an Irish judge. Oof.
I can't do this. You know, as far as I know, people don't take paper resumes anymore. What they want is you to apply online. So that could be why you're not getting a call back.
I do both, miss. I go on Indeed and Glassdoor and every single thing. I apply online, walk in, and hand them a resume. I understand. I understand that I do need to make payments. I have been making payments. It's just...
It's been some time since you've made a payment. And when you made a payment last, it was $50. And the payment you made before that your mother made on your behalf was $50. So, you know, what you're asking me is just to give you an extension.
An extension until I can find a decent job that works within my schedule for me to actually find work.
Just go out and get something. Anything. Like, not to sound like an old man here, like, but sorry, I hit the wrong button. This is exactly the problem with this generation, right? And I know that makes me sound like an old man. This is the very problem with this generation. They want everything handed to them. It's like you just go and make it work. You just go and find something. Go clean windows, clean toilets, I don't know, wipe dogs' arses, whatever it is you have to do. Just go do it.
But you've been looking for months and you're saying you can't find anything.
No, I cannot.
So
most people do not hire someone who is only available on the weekends.
I think a lot of places this time of year in particular would want people who work on the weekend because other people don't want to work on the weekends.
Oh my God, her eyes are going to fall out if she keeps rolling them. Of course, there's loads of places hire for just the weekends. Bars, restaurants, hotels, always for just the weekends. Because guess what? That's when they're busy. That's when they need people. Not to mention, you get home at 7 o'clock. What's stopping you going doing a few hours somewhere?
It's the only time that you make money. I'm not too sure. It's just, I'm kind of out of options here.
And that's certainly true. That's certainly true for restaurants. It's the only, you know, that's when you make the most money. I get that. But if you're talking about a retail job, it doesn't pay any differently on the weekends than it does during the week.
Exactly.
So.
Well, like I said, I'm not too sure how to go about this. I have no money, so.
So
how are you eating every day?
I actually have an EBT card that I had to apply for.
What's that?
You have an EBT card?
Yes, ma'am. I've explained this to you before, and I find it very insulting.
You have not told me before that you have an
insulting.
EBT card.
Be insulted, bitch.
I just had to apply for it last week with my friend who goes to CU Denver, who is getting her master's in sociology, who is a social worker. I am in a very, very difficult position. And like I said, you requesting me to go ask help from other people, I feel like it's very unfair for you to think that I actually have that type of support in my life.
The only reason I suggested that was because your mother has made several phone calls to the court on your behalf. So, and you're living with her and she came down here to make a payment for you. So
yeah, you work shy little bollocks. There's loads of work out there. Go clean windows or some shit. It's not that hard.
yes, I suggested that because, you know, it seemed like she was supporting you. And it was just a suggestion. Maybe you could do this. So I'm not certainly not mandating that that's not what you must do, but it would be a way to make a payment if you're able to do that. I mean, clearly your mother's very involved. All right, here's what we're going to do.
This will be interesting.
Without a payment, I'm going to extend your do not tow until after the Christmas holiday. But you need to be very clear that it's not getting extended further beyond that unless and until you make a substantial payment. You've got to pay this off, which means you need to spend the next 3 weeks continuing to look for a job. I don't know, maybe you get some money for Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Maybe you can pick up some babysitting, maybe you can do some dog walking, whatever. But this just can't go on continuously with you saying, I can't find anything, and I shouldn't have to make a payment because I can't find anything. You understand?
Yes.
What's the date in January, Nick? The first date after the 5th.
Look at her pouting like a fucking child.
5th is a Monday.
Yes.
So the following Friday would be the 9th.
I don't even know how old this kid is.
So I will extend the do not tow until the 10th. And I will tell you that we have parking add-ons next week. And then we don't have it again until the 9th of January.
I think she actually secretly does have a job. One of two options. Either she's a train conductor or train driver because of that fucking hat, or she's that chick from Inglourious Basterds, Shoshana, because she also wears that kind of hat. And she's blonde. She actually really looks like that girl. Hey, what have you got there? Unexpected item in the bagging area. That looks like an expensive iPhone to me. If you need the money, just go sell the iPhone, get a cheaper one, and then when you got some money, when you can find a job that isn't beneath you, get a new iPhone. Job done. Problem solved.
And I'm sorry you feel like I'm being unfair to you. And I know your mother's made that, basically said that the court's being unfair to you too. And
therein lies the problem.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry both of you feel that way. But, you know, you were saying you didn't have notice, but you got the tickets. You had notice when you got the tickets. So.
Yeah, sure.
And you have, you know, you've told me more than once that you understand you did it and it's your responsibility, which it is. So.
Look at that face. Holy shit.
But this will get you through the end of the year and through basically the first week, a little over the first week of the new year. But no further extensions without payment. We've got to get this balance down. Okay. All right. So,
look at that head.
Good luck to you finding a job. I hope you do find one. I mean, for this reason and other reasons, it sounds like, you know, you could use the income generally. But in the meantime, have a nice holiday. We'll see you in the new year. Okay?
Thank you.
Oof. Well, she's got enough cheek for another arse. As I said earlier, more front than Buckingham Palace. Look, I think this is part of the bigger problem. Kids these days, they just want everything handed to them. They just want the easy road no matter what. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to try. And then they throw a hissy fit when they don't get their way. rolling her eyes and pouting like a petulant child. It's like you're in college, you're trying to learn how to be an adult. Be one. I mean, I look like one. I'm not one, but I look like one. I can make it seem like I'm one. Even just do that. That's better than nothing. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave your comments down below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Sláinte.